Once upon a time, in the beautiful city of Jeddah, there lived a young man named Abdul Karim. He loved the sea, the salty air, and the busy sounds of the old town Al-Balad.
I was always a true Jadawi boy, always saying Ya Wad and Ish Buksh to my friends. I dreamed of adventures bigger than the Red Sea itself. I wanted to see all of Saudi Arabia, from the east to the west, and from the north to the south. I had a big heart, and honestly, people knew me for my generosity. I always told my family, I want to explore our kingdom and meet all our people, see how they live.
In the capital city, Riyadh, lived a clever and brave young woman named Reem. Riyadh was a city of big buildings and even bigger dreams.
I was a Najdi girl, proper and proud. I always spoke with a clear accent, always saying Wesh Lonek when I greeted someone. I was really organized and, well, I just loved planning. I felt that life was more than just the busy streets of Riyadh. I read books about the different regions of the kingdom and yearned to see the green mountains of Abba and the golden sands of the eastern province with my own eyes. I felt a calling for a grand journey.
Meanwhile, in the oasis of Al-Assa lived a little girl named Fatoum. She was small but had a spirit as big as the largest date palm farm.
I was a Hassawaya girl, full of life and laughter. My dialect was sweet, and I would say Hasha when I was surprised. I was known for my clever ideas and my ability to solve any problem. I loved my city, with its cool springs and delicious Hassawi rice. I knew all the secret paths through the palm groves and always had a pocket full of sweet dates to share with everyone I met. I was just waiting for a chance to show my cleverness to the world.
One sunny day, a message in a bottle, written by Abdul Karim, washed up near Riyadh's biggest park. Don't ask how, it's a story. Reem found it and decided to join him. Their first stop was the eastern province, where they met the one and only Fatoum. Abdul Karim, with his easygoing Jadawi charm, and Reem, with her organized Najdi planning, were the perfect team. But when they met Fatoum, with her sharp wit and cheerful Hassawaya spirit, they knew their adventure had truly begun. The three friends stood together, ready to explore the wonders of their beautiful kingdom. The trio's first adventure took them to Dammam. There they met a kind fisherman named Abu Fahad. He spoke with a strong Sharqawi accent, saying shlunik instead of kaifak. He laughed when Abdul Karim tried to help him with his fishing nets.
Yawad, you hold it like you're holding a shawarma sandwich, he chuckled.
Abu Fahad showed them the beauty of the Arabian Gulf and shared his fresh fish with them, grilling it right on the beach. He taught them that the people of the East are as generous and deep as the sea they live by. The friends learned that despite different words, a kind heart is understood by all. From the east, they traveled back west to Abdul Karim's home, Jeddah. He was so proud to show them his city.
Welcome to Jeddah Gair, the best city in the world.
They walked through the historic alleys of Al-Balad, where vendors called out in their unique Jadawi way. Reem was fascinated by the architecture, so different from Riyadh's modern style. They met Abdul Karim's aunt, Khadija, who cooked them a magnificent feast of sayadiyah fish and rice. She told them stories of the pilgrims who had passed through Jeddah for centuries, making the city a melting pot of cultures. Next, it was Fatoum's turn to be the guide in her beloved Al-Assa.
Yalla, come see the real green?
She exclaimed, pulling them towards the endless palm groves. The air was sweet with the smell of dates and wet earth. They visited a local farmer who showed them how to climb the palm trees. He offered them fresh dates and cold laban, insisting they take a large basket with them. "This is a gift from the heart of Hassa," he said with a warm smile. Reem, the planner, took notes on the different types of dates, while Abdul Karim just enjoyed eating them. Their journey wasn't complete without visiting the heart of Najd, Reem's home city of Riyadh. The city buzzed with energy. Reem's family welcomed Abdul Karim and Fatoum with open arms and a grand dinner of kabsa.
Hayakum Allah, the house is your house, her father said.
They showed them the Mazmak fortress and told them stories of the kingdom's founding.
How do you guys live without the humidity?
We have strong wills and strong air conditioners, Abdul Karim.
Throughout their travels, it was little Fatoum who often saved the day with her quick thinking. In the middle of the desert on their way to Medina, their car's tire went flat. Abdul Karim and Reem started to worry. It was hot, and they were far from any town. While they were discussing what to do, Fatoum calmly took out a small mirror from her bag.
Look,
She used the mirror to reflect the sun's rays, creating a bright, flashing light. She remembered a story her grandfather told her about how Bedouins used signals to communicate across long distances. Her brilliant idea was a beacon of hope. Soon after, a passing truck driver from Medina saw the flashing light and stopped to help. He was a kind man with a peaceful demeanor. He greeted them with a gentle ahlan wa sahlan. As he helped change the tire, he noticed their different accents. A Jidawi, a Najdi, and a Hasaweya. Mashallah, a beautiful gathering, he said with a smile. He refused to take any money for his help. Instead, he gave them a bottle of cool Zamzam water he was carrying. Fatoum's cleverness not only solved their problem, but also introduced them to the serene kindness of the people of Medina. Another time, in a busy souk in Riyadh, Abdul Karim got separated from the group. He was distracted by a man selling colorful kites and lost his way in the crowded market. Reem started to panic, but Fatoum remained calm.
don't worry. I know how to find him.
She remembered Abdul Karim mentioning he was hungry for a Jidawi dish called balila. Fatoum led Reem straight to the food section of the souk.
Uncle, have you seen a boy who talks a lot and asks for balila with pickles?
The vendor laughed and pointed towards his stall, where Abdul Karim was happily eating a large bowl. Fatoum's wisdom wasn't just about solving big problems. It was also in her joyful spirit. She taught Abdul Karim and Reem Hasaweya folk songs, and they taught her games from their cities. She had a special way of making everyone laugh, even when they were tired. When Reem was feeling homesick for Riyadh, Fatoum would tell her a funny story. When Abdul Karim was missing the sea, she would describe the flowing springs of Al-Assa to cheer him up. She was the glue that held their friendship together, proving that wisdom and courage can come in the smallest of packages. After many weeks of incredible adventures, the three friends finally made their way back to where it all started, Jeddah. The salty air felt like a welcome home hug. Abdul Karim was overjoyed to be back by the Red Sea, but he knew this was not the end. It was a new beginning. He looked at Reem and Fatoum, who were no longer just a girl from Riyadh and a girl from Al-Assa. They were his sisters, his partners in adventure. Their journey across the kingdom had taught them that their country was not just a place on a map, but a home full of diverse and wonderful people. To celebrate their return and the friendships they made, Abdul Karim planned a huge gathering on the Jeddah waterfront. He invited everyone they had met on their journey. Abu Fahad came from Dammam, bringing with him the best fish from the Gulf. Reem's family travelled from Riyadh with a giant pot of their famous kabsa. The farmer from Al-Assa brought crates of the sweetest dates. Even the kind truck driver from Medina made the journey, bringing gifts of prayer beads and Zamzam water for everyone. It was a beautiful sight to see so many different people together. The celebration was a festival of Saudi culture. You could hear the Jidawi Yawad mixing with the Najdi Weshlonek and the Hasaweya Hasha. People shared stories, food and laughter. They learned about each other's customs and traditions. Children from different cities played together on the sand, not caring about their different accents. They were all just friends having a good time. Abdul Karim, Reem and Fatoum stood watching the happy scene, their hearts full of joy. They had set out to explore the land, but had ended up discovering the true treasure of Saudi Arabia, its people. As the sun set over the Red Sea, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, Abdul Karim raised a glass of mint tea.
To Saudi Arabia, and to the friends who have become our family.
Everyone cheered. Reem, Fatoum and Abdul Karim knew their adventures were far from over. Their journey had shown them the beauty of their diverse nation and the unbreakable bond of friendship. They promised each other they would continue to explore, learn, and share the story of their united kingdom with the world, one adventure at a time.